Most people think that walking more is the best way to stay healthy after 70. But what if I told you that doctors now advise against relying on it too much? Walking is great for staying active, but if it's your only workout, you might actually speed up aging instead of slowing it down. The truth is, your body needs more than just walking to stay strong, balanced, and protect your joints as you age. Depending too much on walking while neglecting other vital exercises can lead to muscle loss, joint strain, and even a greater risk of falls. That's why experts now say that after 70, you should shift your focus to 5 key areas that truly support strength, energy, and independence in later years. In this video, we'll dive into the 5 essential things you should prioritize over just walking. These small adjustments can boost mobility, safeguard your bones, and even extend your lifespan. Stay with me until the end, because the last tip is rarely discussed, yet it's crucial for longevity. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. If you like this content, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 so I can improve. Now, let's get started. Strength training to preserve muscle mass. Walking is a great way to stay active, but if it's the only exercise you're doing, you could unknowingly be putting yourself at risk for muscle loss. After 70, sarcopenia, the gradual decline of muscle mass, becomes one of the biggest threats to maintaining independence. The issue is that walking alone isn't enough to build or preserve muscle. While it primarily engages the lower body, it doesn't provide the resistance necessary to keep muscles strong and functional over time. That's why experts stress that strength training should be a top priority after 70, because it actively prevents muscle loss, improves balance, and helps reduce the risk of injuries and falls. Think about the simple, everyday tasks you do without even thinking. Lifting groceries, getting out of a chair, or opening a stubborn jar. If you can still perform these actions with ease, it's a great sign that your muscles are in good shape. But if these once effortless tasks are becoming more difficult, it's likely because your muscles are gradually weakening, even if you haven't noticed the change. The reality is, if you're not actively working to maintain strength, your body will naturally start losing it. Take Robert, 74, for example. He walked every day, believing that was enough to keep him fit. But one day, he noticed that lifting a simple box felt heavier than before. Standing up from his couch also seemed harder. At first, he thought it was just part of aging. But when he spoke to his doctor, he was surprised to learn that muscle loss doesn't just happen. It happens much faster when muscles aren't challenged. Determined to regain his strength, Robert started incorporating basic strength exercises into his routine: light resistance bands, bodyweight squats, and simple dumbbell exercises. Within a few months, he felt stronger, more stable, and even had more energy throughout the day. Now, you might be wondering, does strength training mean lifting heavy weights at the gym? Not at all. Strength training can be as simple as using resistance bands, doing bodyweight exercises like squats or push-ups against a counter, or even lifting household objects. The key is progressive resistance, gradually challenging your muscles to keep them engaged and strong. And the benefits go far beyond just strength. Studies show that maintaining muscle mass is directly linked to longer life expectancy, improved mobility, and even better brain health. If you want to test your current strength, try this. Sit in a chair and stand up without using your hands. If you can do it easily, that's a great sign. If you struggle, it's time to start focusing on rebuilding your strength. The best part? It's never too late to start. Strength training can reverse muscle loss, improve posture, enhance balance, and keep you independent for years to come. So, if you've been relying only on walking for exercise, consider this your wake-up call. Walking is great, but it's not enough to maintain the strength and stability you need as you age. Muscle is the key to longevity, and after 70, protecting it should be one of your top priorities. If you're still watching and finding this information valuable, comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. Now, let's move on to something that many people overlook until it's too late: balance and stability exercises. Walking keeps you active, but it doesn't necessarily improve your balance. That's something many people don't realize until they experience a close call or an actual fall. After 70, fall prevention becomes one of the most important aspects of maintaining health and independence. Falls are one of the leading causes of serious injury in older adults, and many of them don't happen because of weak legs, but rather due to poor balance. If you aren't actively working on your balance, you might unknowingly be increasing your risk of stumbles, trips, and dangerous falls. You might think, "I've been walking my whole life, so my balance must be fine." But balance isn't something that stays strong automatically. Like muscle strength, it gradually declines unless you intentionally train it. Walking alone does not engage the small, stabilizing muscles in your feet, ankles, and core the way balance-specific exercises do. Without these muscles functioning properly, even a small misstep can lead to a serious fall that takes months or even years to recover from. Think about the last time you stood on one foot while putting on a sock or reached for something on a high shelf. Did you feel steady? Or did you instinctively grab onto something for support? Many people don't realize that their balance is slipping until they experience a near fall, one that leaves them shaken and more cautious with every step. That's exactly what happened to Edward, 76. He had always been active, but one day, while stepping off a curb, his foot landed at an odd angle, and he suddenly lost his balance. He caught himself just in time, but the experience made him realize how vulnerable he had become. His doctor explained that simple balance exercises, like standing on one foot, shifting his weight from side to side, and practicing slow, controlled movements, could help rebuild his stability. Within weeks of training, Edward noticed a major improvement. He felt stronger, more stable, and more confident in his movements. The good news is, balance exercises don't require a gym or any special equipment. Simple movements like standing on one foot, walking heel to toe in a straight line, or practicing slow, controlled weight shifts can dramatically improve your stability. And the benefits go beyond just fall prevention. Better balance leads to better posture, stronger reflexes, and improved coordination, making every movement feel more natural and controlled. If you want to test your current balance, try this. Stand near a counter for safety, lift one foot off the ground, and see if you can hold your balance for at least 10 seconds. If this feels easy, that's a great sign. If you struggle, it's an indication that your balance may need work, and the sooner you start, the better. Balance is something most people don't think about until it's too late, but training it now can keep you strong, steady, and independent for years to come. So, if you've been focusing only on walking, it's time to start prioritizing balance. Because the best way to prevent a fall isn't just staying active, it's training your body to stay steady. If you're still watching and finding this information valuable, comment number 3 below to let me know you're here. Now, let's talk about something just as important as staying active: flexibility and mobility. Walking keeps your legs moving, but it doesn't do much to maintain flexibility, and that becomes critically important after 70. Over time, joints naturally stiffen, your range of motion decreases, and movements that once felt effortless can start to feel restricted. If you've ever noticed that turning your head feels tighter, or that bending down to tie your shoe isn't as easy as it used to be, that's a sign your flexibility is declining. And when mobility starts to shrink, so does your independence. The problem is, most people don't realize how important mobility is until they start losing it. Walking alone doesn't stretch muscles fully, nor does it engage all the movement patterns your joints need to stay functional and pain-free. That's why experts emphasize that after 70, dedicating time to flexibility and mobility exercises is just as important as walking. It's what allows you to keep doing daily activities without discomfort or strain. Think about the last time you reached for something in the back seat of your car or tried putting on a jacket. Did the movement feel smooth, or did you notice stiffness? Many people ignore these small changes, assuming they're just part of aging. But what's really happening is that muscles and connective tissues are tightening over time, reducing flexibility little by little. That's exactly what happened to Walter, 78. He had always been active and took daily walks, but over time, he noticed that getting out of bed in the morning felt stiffer. When he reached for something on the floor, he had to bend his knees more than usual. His doctor explained that mobility loss wasn't just about getting older, it was about not using his joints to their full range of motion. So he started incorporating gentle stretching, controlled movements, and joint exercises into his daily routine. Within weeks, he felt looser, more comfortable, and even noticed an improvement in his posture. The good news is that flexibility exercises don't mean sitting down and trying to touch your toes for 10 seconds. Instead, dynamic stretches, controlled rotations, and gentle yoga-inspired movements can make a world of difference. Simple activities like neck rotations, shoulder rolls, knee-to-chest stretches, and ankle circles help keep joints lubricated and pain-free. And the benefits go far beyond just feeling less stiff. Greater flexibility means fewer aches and pains, better circulation, improved posture, and even a lower risk of falls. If you want to test your flexibility, try this. Stand up straight and slowly turn your head as far as you can to one side, then the other. Does it feel smooth, or do you feel tightness? If you notice restrictions, it's a sign that your flexibility is decreasing, and now is the time to do something about it. Mobility loss is not inevitable. With just a few minutes a day of focused stretching, you can keep your body feeling young, mobile, and pain-free for years to come. So, if walking is your main form of exercise, it's time to start prioritizing flexibility too. Keeping your joints loose and your movements smooth is one of the most important things you can do to stay active and independent after 70. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, comment number 3 below to let me know you're here. Now, let's keep going. If you're still watching and finding this information valuable, comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. Now, let's dive into something that's just as important as staying active: core strength and posture. Walking may keep your legs in motion, but it doesn't do much for your core strength or posture, and these two things become critical after 70. A strong core isn't just about having toned abs. It's about stability, preventing back pain, and ensuring that your spine stays aligned as you move. If your core is weak, you may start experiencing lower back discomfort, balance problems, or a tendency to hunch forward when walking, all of which can increase your risk of falls and joint strain over time. Most people don't realize how important postural strength is until they start feeling aches and pains that weren't there before. If you've noticed that you're slouching more, feeling stiffness in your lower back, or struggling to stand upright for long periods, that's a sign that your core muscles aren't doing their job. The problem is that walking alone doesn't fully engage the deep stabilizing muscles in your abdomen and lower back, which is why doctors emphasize that after 70, core and posture exercises should become a priority. Consider Harold, 75. He had always been active, but over the years, he noticed his shoulders rounding forward and his lower back feeling more strained. Even though he walked daily, his doctor explained that poor posture was putting extra pressure on his spine and joints, leading to chronic stiffness and an increased risk of imbalance. So Harold started incorporating gentle core activation exercises like seated pelvic tilts, standing posture resets, and abdominal bracing into his routine. Within weeks, he noticed less back pain, better posture, and even improved breathing capacity. The good news? Core exercises don't require a gym or special equipment. Simple movements like standing tall against a wall, engaging your lower abs while sitting, or practicing slow, controlled rotations can activate the deep, stabilizing muscles that keep your spine aligned. And the benefits go far beyond just better posture. A strong core means better balance, reduced joint strain, and even improved digestion, since your abdominal muscles play a role in supporting internal organs. If you want to test your core strength, try this. Stand against a wall with your back flat and your head, shoulders, and hips touching the surface. Can you maintain this position comfortably, or does it feel like you have to force yourself upright? If it feels unnatural, that's a sign that your posture may need work. And the sooner you start strengthening your core, the better. Posture and core strength are essential for staying active, avoiding injuries, and maintaining a youthful appearance. If you've been relying only on walking for exercise, it's time to focus on the muscles that truly keep you upright and strong. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. Now, let's keep going. The issue isn't necessarily walking itself, it's that walking alone doesn't provide the joint support your body needs. Many people assume joint pain is just a natural part of aging, but in reality, stiffness and discomfort occur more quickly when you're not actively protecting your joints. Walking can sometimes worsen this problem because it involves repetitive impact on the same joints over and over again. That's why doctors now emphasize that after 70, it's important to walk less and focus more on low-impact movements that strengthen and protect your joints. Think about the last time you finished a long walk. Did you feel energized and pain-free, or did you notice aching joints, stiffness, or a lingering sense of discomfort? If walking leaves you feeling sore, it may be a sign that your joints aren't getting the support they need. This is exactly what happened to Raymond, 77. He had been walking daily, thinking it was the best thing for his health, but over time, his knees started feeling stiff, and his lower back began to ache. His doctor explained that he needed to reduce the repetitive impact on his joints and start incorporating low-impact movements. So, he began doing gentle swimming, cycling, and flexibility-focused exercises. Within a few weeks, his pain decreased significantly without having to give up movement altogether. Joint-friendly movements include activities like water exercises, cycling, Tai Chi, or even simple chair-based stretches. These activities help increase blood flow to the joints, improve lubrication, and strengthen the surrounding muscles without putting excessive stress on sensitive areas. And the benefits go beyond just pain relief. Protecting your joints now ensures better mobility, less stiffness, and greater ease of movement for years to come. If you want to test how your joints are doing, try this. Sit in a chair and slowly stand up without using your hands. Notice how your knees and hips feel. Do they move smoothly, or do they feel stiff and achy? If there's any discomfort, that's your body telling you that your joints need more care, and switching to low-impact movements could make all the difference. Maintaining strong, healthy joints is about more than just avoiding pain. It's about preserving mobility, protecting your independence, and ensuring that every step you take feels effortless rather than painful. If you've been focusing only on walking, it's time to prioritize your joint health and start incorporating movements that help rather than harm. If you're still watching and finding this valuable, please comment number 5 below to let me know you're here. Now, let's wrap things up. As we wrap up this video, take a moment to reflect on these 5 priorities. If you've been relying solely on walking for exercise, you may not have realized just how much more your body needs to stay strong, mobile, and pain-free. After 70, your focus should shift toward protecting muscle mass, improving balance, increasing flexibility, strengthening your core, and reducing joint strain. These are the things that will truly keep you active and independent for years to come. Many people assume that aging automatically means slowing down, but the truth is, your body is still capable of improving at any age. Whether you need to work on strength, balance, flexibility, or posture, small changes can make a huge difference in how you move, how you feel, and how long you stay independent. The key is to start now. Muscle, balance, and joint health don't decline overnight. It happens gradually, but the good news is that you have the power to slow it down or even reverse it. So, which of these 5 areas do you need to focus on the most? Have you noticed any changes in your strength, balance, or mobility? We'd love to hear from you, so leave a comment below, sharing one thing you learned today and how you plan to put it into practice in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating valuable content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.